Hello and welcome to my channel, GP Podcast. It's not every day that you get a peek behind the curtain, especially at a place like Google. But in a surprisingly candid interview, Google DeepMind CEO, Demis Hassabis, he basically just laid out a clear blueprint for achieving artificial general intelligence. So today, we're going to break down that roadmap because, let me tell you, it's a plan that reveals not just the future of technology, but the future of society itself. So, Hassabis starts by putting his finger on the single biggest flaw in today's AI. As he puts it, they have this really inconsistent, you could say patchy intelligence. They're capable of being absolutely brilliant one moment and then completely basic the next, sometimes in the same breath. All right, let's dive into that. This whole idea of patchy intelligence is really the biggest roadblock on the path to true AGI. It's the core reason why these incredibly powerful systems are still, at the end of the day, fundamentally unreliable. And just look at the scale of this contrast. It's pretty wild. On the one hand, an AI can literally win a gold medal at the International Math Olympiad, solving problems that would leave the world's brightest students totally stumped. But then, on the other hand, that very same system might fail a ridiculously simple logic puzzle, or it can't even play a decent game of chess. It's this jarring, almost bizarre inconsistency that they absolutely have to solve. So that's the big question, right? If inconsistency is the problem, how in the world do you build an AI that's consistently intelligent across the board? Well, according to Hassabis, the answer isn't just throwing more data at it. It's about creating a new kind of experience. It's about building an engine for infinite learning. And this is their plan. It's actually a pretty brilliant three-step cycle. Okay, so first, a model they call Genie literally generates a dynamic virtual world. Think of it like an AI dungeon master, creating things on the fly. Second, a learning agent, that's Sima, gets dropped into that world to explore and figure things out. And third, this is the magic part. Sima's actions and its own curiosity create brand new situations, which then tells Genie to generate more of the world. It creates this perfect feedback loop of infinite, fresh training data. I mean, just stop and think about that concept for a second. It's truly mind-blowing. This completely breaks AI's dependency on those giant static data sets that we humans have to create. So instead of just learning from the past, it's now learning from its very own self-generated experience. It is literally one AI dreaming up a universe for another AI to learn inside of. That's how they plan to build consistency. But, creating a consistent learning agent, that's only one piece of the puzzle. The next giant leap, the thing Hassabis is calling proto-AGI, well, that requires merging all of Google's specialized AI projects into one single unified system. So what does that mean? It means they have to converge all the key components into one architecture. You start with something like Gemini as the core brain, the reasoning engine. Then you fuse it with advanced vision tools that don't just see pixels but actually understand meaning. And then you plug in that infinite learning engine we just talked about, Genie, the world builder, and Sima, the agent that learns inside it. And when you successfully stitch all of those separate projects into one massive model, you get this, a candidate for proto-AGI. It's a single system that can reason, it can see, it can model worlds, and it can act inside them. It's the direct precursor to the real thing. The path is now defined. Okay, so with the technical blueprint all laid out, the conversation has to shift, right? It shifts to the immense societal consequences. What actually happens to us when this technology arrives? Because make no mistake, this won't be just another invention. It's going to be a revolution on a scale we have never, ever seen before. To put this into perspective, Hassabis compares it to the Industrial Revolution. But here's the kicker, the part that should really get your attention. He predicts the AGI revolution will be 10 times larger in its impact and happen 10 times faster. We're talking about a century's worth of societal change completely compressed into a single decade. That unbelievable speed and scale, it forces us to ask some really profound questions about the very structure of our world. I mean, if a change that massive is coming that fast, our current systems, they simply won't be able to adapt in time. It brings up the really fundamental question of what an economy even looks like when human labor isn't the primary driver anymore. And Hassabis admits it, we're going to need entirely new economic models. Things like universal basic income, or UBI, might be a starting point, kind of a patch on the old system. But he also hints at much more radical ideas, like systems of direct democracy, where people are given credits to vote on community projects. The focus shifts from earning a living to contributing to society.
Ultimately, the questions stop being economic at all, and they become philosophical. What is our purpose in a world where scarcity is a thing of the past?
And that philosophical path leads us to the ultimate question, the one that seems to drive Hassabis's entire life's work. It goes way beyond AI and society, and it starts to touch on the fundamental nature of reality itself. And the question is this: are there any hard limits to what can be computed? Now, to really get his point, we have to understand a core concept from computer science, the Turing machine. Just think of it as the ultimate theoretical computer. It's a blueprint for a machine that can, in principle, simulate any possible algorithm, any logical process you can imagine. It's the universal model for everything we call computation. So the central question becomes this: is there anything in the entire universe, including the insane complexities of the human mind, consciousness, creativity, emotion, that is non-computable? Is there anything that, fundamentally, cannot be simulated by a powerful enough Turing machine? As Hassabis himself says, maybe. Maybe there's no limit at all. His working hypothesis, his bet, is that until physics proves otherwise, everything is computable. That a machine advanced enough could, in theory, model it all. And, well, that leaves us with maybe the most provocative thought of all. If a machine can simulate everything from the folding of a protein all the way up to human consciousness, then what, if anything, is uniquely human? It's a question that really gets to the very core of our identity. I'm curious to know what you think. If you liked the video, subscribe, leave a like, comment on what you liked most, and share the video.